All right, latest visuals are coming in from Tamil Nadu. This is Kanyakumari. These are the latest visuals on your screen right now. Prime Minister Modi's 45-hour-long Dhyanam ends today. And in the latest visuals that we have from the Vivekanand Rock Memorial, we are told that this meditation will conclude this evening. I want to immediately bring in Akshita Nandagopal for the latest. This is important, remember, because his work as a Prime Minister in the past 10 years and then this election campaign is over. So he's taking that time out, but it's also where his Karma Bhumi Kashi goes to vote. Akshita, till when are we expecting this meditation session to continue and the situation around the Vivekanand Rock Memorial?
Good morning, Pooja. Latest images really coming in right now of the Prime Minister outside the Vivekananda Rock Memorial. You can see him continuing his prayers with his prayer beads in his hands, taking a walk also along the entire coastline between the two rocks of the Thiruvalluvar statue and the Rock Memorial. Very similar to really the images that we received yesterday as well. So it looks like as part of his meditation, the 45-hour meditation, he's taking a bit of time out every morning to step out to worship the Surya, to worship this rising sun, which is what we're seeing today as well. The 45-hour-long Dhyanam, the meditation, comes to an end this afternoon. We're being told that about 1-ish, the Prime Minister will wrap up his meditation, will move to the Thiruvalluvar statue, which is right next to the Rock Memorial. And there he's going to be offering his tribute to the great Tamil poet, to Thiruvalluvar, and then making his way back to mainland Kanyakumari. He's then going to be flying back. So it's a very short spiritual sojourn, very short spiritual retreat. But one, it's clear from the images that the Prime Minister has enjoyed thoroughly. In these images, you can see once again that he's dressed in saffron, walking around the entire memorial, constantly also chanting mantras. Very, very similar to yesterday as well. So it seems that in the 45 hours, the only break the Prime Minister actually takes when he steps out of the meditation room is early in the morning as the sun is rising, because that's also a sight to behold here in Kanyakumari, Pooja, the rising sun and the sunset. It's known for these two beautiful, beautiful sights.
So this, of course, there is a messaging like we've been discussing, Akshita, earlier here. It's about the expression of spirituality, about culture, tradition, but Swami Vivekanand Rock Memorial to have been chosen as the location by Prime Minister Modi this time. Do tell us about that.
That's right. Pooja, there's been a lot of talk about political messaging. If you look at that, the fact that today you've got Varanasi voting and these images have just come out of the Prime Minister, reconnecting with the spiritual side. So that by itself is something there's a lot of discussion on about, the political takeaways of this visit. There's also, the messaging of the Prime Minister, where in the last few weeks in the run-up to this election, he's constantly maintained that, he's winning this election. He's returning to a third term as Prime Minister. And it seems that it's that messaging that he's pushing forward now by visiting this Vivekananda Rock Memorial, where the idea of a unified, of a strong, of a victored Bharat really came to Swami Vivekananda. The Prime Minister spoke of exactly that if he gets a third term. Where he says, I'll get a third term, this is what I'm going to focus on. So it's essentially that, I'm inspired by Swami Vivekananda and I want to take forward his ideals in my third term as Prime Minister. He's cementing that particular message by choosing this particular location. Besides that, of course, there is the fact that he has always spoken about how much he's looked up to Swami Vivekananda and his vision for Bharat. So that is really what he's put the focus on once again. It's a beautiful sight, Pooja, and that's clear in the images that you see on your screens as well. But besides that also, the fact that there's so much history, legend attached to this particular site, that speaks volumes really of why the Prime Minister chose this particular memorial for his 45-hour-long Dhyanam.
Yesterday, there was this glimpse, day 1 of Tapasya. This is the day 2 visuals that have emerged. Remember, for Swami Vivekananda to have meditated in 1892 and for a united vision for Bharat, Prime Minister Modi to return there. Remember, he's been here in 1991 on the yatra that he had gone from Kashmir to Kanyakumari and then to return as a Prime Minister. At that point, he was a political worker of the party, this time as a Prime Minister, and to meditate again for a vision that he's constantly been saying there is for India that he has. But of course, Akshita, when there is Prime Minister Modi's mentioned, there's always a political showdown. So a quick word there of how the politics around it also continues, specifically by the opposition parties.
That's right, Pooja. There have been a lot of questions. One, on the timing of this particular, spiritual retreat that the Prime Minister is on. And secondly, also about these images, what we're seeing right now on our screens, and the fact that 24 hours ago you had similar pictures that were released of the Prime Minister on his meditation at the Vivekananda Rock. So, there have been questions about whether it's right for these kind of images to be aired on the day that the Prime Minister's constituency is polling, on the day that Varanasi is right now voting. So the Prime Minister essentially is a candidate in this particular phase. So the opposition has said that this is a clear violation of the Model Code of Conduct, considering the silence period was in place starting day before. So, that is something that's been raised. And then, of course, you've had all of the jibes, the terms referring to all of this is nothing but drama, saying that, the Prime Minister is doing this to go ahead and garner votes and nothing beyond that. So there's been a lot of political back and forth, of course, multiple official complaints that have also been lodged by the opposition with the Election Commission, saying do not allow any of these pictures to be telecast because it's a violation.
Keep getting us these latest visuals, but I can add here, what a beautiful location, isn't it? In and around the Vivekanand Rock Memorial, and we are getting a glimpse of this at about 4 p.m. We are told that the meditation will conclude for Prime Minister Modi.